Hello, this is Dr. Webb, and I'm your facilitator for the course CIT 105 Intro to Computers. This recording is in support of the Access database assignment, the Microsoft Access database assignment. As you know by now, class for this week is canceled, so therefore you have to work on these assignments at home. I've put together this tutorial to kind of help walk you through what we would have been doing during class. So if you would, you can follow along. We're going to go right down to Access assignment. You're still required to go ahead and go through the Learn portion to learn and watch. There's several tutorials in there that'll also kind of walk you through as far as how to use this application. Very powerful and useful application. But this time I'm just going to take you right down into the Do section. Now, the first thing we're going to do in this section will be we have to open up the actual instructions, which is the one that says Database Assignment PDF. We'll click on that, and it'll come up and it'll show the actual step-by-step instructions as far as everything we need to do for this assignment. Okay? All right. So let's see. Let's go back to the actual file. Next, we need to pull up the database file itself. It is called Music Collection. Okay, and this is the ACC DB. Okay, so go ahead and open that. Let's see, it didn't open, or did it? Let me click it again. It's loading now. Oh, I see what happened. It came over here onto the side. On mine on the bottom, and so therefore I can open it up from the bottom. Okay, and you'll notice that when it first comes up, the first thing you're going to need to do is you need to enable the content in order to be able to manipulate this database. Okay. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do, because as you can see, the Access completely fills my screen. So unless you have two monitors, one monitor you can put the instructions, such as the way how I'm configured, or you might want to just print the instructions off. That way you don't have to keep swapping in between the application and the instructions to figure out what you have to do next. Okay? So the first thing on the instructions it says is to download the database that's housing this thing. And so there we see it. Now, be sure to use the Save As instead of the Open option. So right now, let's going to come up here and let's just go ahead and save our application. Save as a database. And then you just click the Save As button. On mine, all I'm going to do is I'm going to name it on the end here. We're going to call it, keep the same name just for sample. I'll just put the word sample on the end of it. Okay? And then I'll save it. Okay, and then you can look at the top of your screen, you'll see that it has the same name, but it had the word sample on the end. And enable the content. Okay? And even on the instructions for item number 2, it says when you first open the database, you may be confronted with a security warning. You will need to press the button to enable content before continuing. That's what I just did. Okay, then number 3, it says double click each table in the navigation pane on the left to open them. Become familiar with the information included in the path or in the table. Now, with each one of these instructions, they also tell you exactly what lesson that you could go to if you had any problems trying to understand how to do this. Okay, but it's very I'm gonna walk you through it for these. So open up every one of the tables. So the first table is a CD type. And as you can see, it kind of breaks down the different types of CDs. Either it's album, a CD single, a compilation, other, or a soundtrack. That's how that table was built. The next table is called CDS. And in that table, you'll see that it has the title for the CD, the type, the CD type, just like what we just saw out of that CD types table. That's where it's pulling that information. The record label, as far as who the actual label is. The date it was released. The date it was purchased. And the cost. Those are all the fields that are in the CDS table. Next, genres. And in the genres table, it lists either it's like club music, kids music, pop, R&B, rap, rock, or top 40 dance. Those are the fields that are in that genre table. And then last but not least, the songs table. And as you can see in the songs table, it'll list each song out individually. It'll have the song number, which it assigns. Then you have a song title, the artist, the genre, the duration, the track, and the CD number. Okay. Now, that concludes the item number 3 as far as to examine each one of the tables. Next, for instruction number 4, it says change the name of the record label field in the CDS table to the word label. Okay, now, in order to do that, what you're going to have to do is first, we're going to go to the CDS table, and all you can do is just click this tab up here that says CDS. What the instructions want us to do is to change this title right here that says record label to just the word label. It's just, in the event that you wanted to, you changed your mind as far as how you wanted to name that. Okay. Now to do that, all you'd have to do is you clicked on the actual field that we're wanting to rename. Then you right-click on your mouse, and down here it says rename field. You click that, and it gives you the option to change the name of the field in there. So I'll change that name from record label to just the word label. And that's it. Just click anywhere outside of that, and you'll see it's now changed that field name to the word label. Next, change the data type of the cost field in the CDS table to currency. So let's go to the cost field, which is right here. As you can see right now, currently it's numeric, so it doesn't have the dollar signs on it. So to change that, all we do is we'll click on the cost field. You go up to the top ribbon and you click on fields. In the fields, they give you the option as far as to change different values and stuff. So for the data type, we come down and we highlight the word currency. It's reminding us that the data will be lost. The size of one or more fields has been changed to a shorter size. If data is lost, validation rules may be violated as a result. Do you want to continue? Yes, they continue. Okay, and now as you can see, it's converted it into currency. All right. Next, close all tables. I'm gonna leave the tables open. Instruction number 7: create a form based on the CDS table. Then view the form in the form view and save the form with its default name. So first, we're going to create a form based on the CDS table. So again, make sure you still have the CDS table active, and that's the one that's currently active. And then now they want us to create a form. So go up to on the ribbon when you say the word create, you click create, and what we're going to be creating is a form. So click on form. And as you can see, it's now built a form that you can use to manipulate the data, to read the data, to input and output data. So we created that form. And let's see, create the form based on CDS table. View the form in the form view. Now, here's the different views that you can have available to you. on the far left under, while you still have a file. Okay, then you click on view. You can do it in form view, which is what we currently are looking at now. This is the form view. You can do it in a layout view, slightly different. Or we could go and use a design view. Okay, let's leave it up in form view. And that's how we're going to be reviewing this. View the form in form view and save the form with the default name. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and save everything. Well, it's going to save everything for me. File, save, and it's asking me the form name, CDS. I could change it because it knows that I've now created this form. Don't want to give it a name. I'll leave the default name. That's what the instruction tells us. Save the form with the default name, which is CDS. We'll say OK. Okay. Then now for instruction number 8, create a new record by clicking the new record button in the form navigation buttons. Now, what they're asking us to do here is now we're going to input a new record in here. And in order to do that, as you look at the bottom of this form, you'll see on the far right, as far as these arrows, you have the option of clicking to create a new entry into this table. So now what they want us to do is to create a new record. So it says add instruction number 9, add your favorite CD and its song to the database. Okay, so you click here. Don't try to even change the song number. It'll auto-generate that particular field. So you're gonna start off with the song title. The song title from the new song I'm gonna put in here is the name of the song is gonna be called "Run, Baby, Run." Okay. The artist for that is going to be I don't know. Let's say Ramstein. All right. And the type of music it's going to be R&B. You see, now it popped up and it gave us a little pull down menu, so we can select from that the different genres of music. All right, so I got R&B in there. The duration for this song lasts let's see, 0, 4, 50 seconds. 4 minutes, 50 seconds. How many tracks are on there? We'll say there's 10 tracks on that particular album. Okay. Press my enter, and it's in there. A new record has been added, and it gave it song number 118. Okay. So we now go back to our instructions, and we added our new song for number 9. Number 10, close all open tables and forms. I'll leave them open. Create a simple query using the query wizard mode to display the CD title and cost from the CDS table. So again, we're back to the CDS table. Let's see, CDS table, which says CDS table. Click that. So we're in the table instead of the form. Now, while we're there, we need to create a simple query. So go up here to where it says create, and we create, and then we find a simple query. Let's see, where is a simple query? Create query. Okay, now for the simple query, and you notice as soon as you hover over here where it says query wizard, it tells you the query wizard will show the query wizards, which helps you create a simple query, as you can see on the instructions on the screen. So we're going to go to the query wizard. Next, we wanted in here, we're going to create a simple query. So we chose simple query from the list and say OK. Then the actual fields that we're going to include in the simple query will be the CD title. So we select title. and then the arrow to move it over into the field that we're selecting, and cost. Select cost, add it over to the selected fields list. Okay, then it says save your query with the appropriate title. Okay, so we'll go over to finish, and it saved it with the title, the CDS query. Okay, and as you can see, this is what the query provides you: the name of the CD and the cost. Okay. Next, then the last thing on the instruction says submit your assignment via Blackboard. Be sure you have created one form and one query and added a CD and its songs. And that concludes everything we had to do for that. So now let's go out and save everything. File. And then I'd say save as. Save as a database as, access database, then save as. Now Zero was reminding us that it has to close and save those open files. Do you want access to close the objects? You say yes. Now, and then when you save it, you save it again. We just kept the same name and just said sample 1, and then we just say save, and that's what you're going to submit. Okay. Now that concludes everything you needed for this particular assignment. Okay. Have a nice day.